sorry, cat. Black hair is supposed to do that.
Black hair, yeah?
Shall I do it again?
Hello, and welcome to My Time to Talk.
We're going to be talking about hair and how much it how much.
I've got a visitor. If you hear noise, it's her.
It's not your turn to talk.
What do you think about hair bubble?
She's only just growing it. It's a sore subject. Gosh,
We're going to be talking about hair today, and I'm going to start with a few figures. Black hair dominates the figures for black hair and beauty, and a few figures shows us, looking down here, shows us that the stats actually read as 1.72 billion is used in black hair and beauty. This was in 2021. We had hair care was 2.5 billion, just alone was 2.5 billion, and really all we can say is that that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. If black people, or even if women actually put that money to some other use, I'm sure we could actually own a little island somewhere. You know what I mean? It says Americans, black Americans are actually selling, using 2.2 billion worth of hair products and black hair and beauty, which it does make you wonder, like that was in 2022, 6.6 billion in 2021. Are we really helping our country, or are we really wasting our cash? What do you think, Rish?
I feel like the way in which I don't feel like there's any problem with spending that much money on your hair. However, I don't feel like there's been enough invested to teach black people about their hair in the first place for us to be spending that amount of money. Because I think if we knew more about our hair and had more knowledge about it, then we'd realise that we don't need to spend big money on all these different products. We just need a routine where it's like, you know, it goes across the board the same way that kind of white people do. But I feel like the fact that those figures are so high, despite the fact that our products are not in main high streets and all of that stuff, is very surprising. Because how are we spending so much on, what are we spending money on? We're not spending money on
7.42 billion
7.42
in the American
billion
dollars was spent on
in dollars of hair that we're paying for other people's hair.
oh my god, and that's it. And I saw this thing the other day on Instagram. I don't know if you said it, Rish.
So hey beautiful guys, we're here today in a raw donor factory. As you can see, we have this young teenager girl, and my name is Jainato. I'm sorry I'm going to cut your hair, but this is what we do for living. Thank you so much for allowing me to cut your hair. So I just wanted to show you guys how we get the baby tin hair. It's gotten from a real Vietnamese hair, and we're just going to do the cutting. So I had to take permission from them to do the cutting because I want to prove to you guys that we sell raw dono, and that's raw dono. We are in the factory and we will take you around. So we'll start the process. All right. Okay. Hold on. I think I have to go back. Oh my gosh! We made it! Finally, we have a single donor raw baby tin hair. I'm so happy. Thank you for letting me cut your hair. Thank you so much. I love you. Okay. Single donor hair.
In the comments, now imagine the outcry of cultural appropriation if if a white person had gone to Africa and was, oh look, I've got Afro hair, everybody, look, I've got you know what I mean? So it's like black women also need to be aware that exploitation is happening for their hair care.
And that's the thing. I feel like the same with other issues, which I'm not going to delve into, but if there was more money put into learning about yourself, learning about how to maintain yourself and enjoying your own, what you have, then that kind of love and attention will then, you know, benefit in the long run, you know, obviously, just as an opinion. But the fact that we're spending so much money on what would be considered like black hair, and I'm like, I still can't just bust down to like Tesco's and just pick up my little L'Oreal, or I can't just go and get my head and shoulders, because it ain't doing nothing for my hair. But at the same time, I'm still, who am I spending this money to then? Because it's not even my community really, because I don't see my people with their own salons and telling me I wasn't grown up to be taught about what my hair was. My hair, as far as I was concerned for a while, was, you know, go and get it relaxed.
And here is the reason why my hair is in this situation, is because back in the day, our hair wasn't even thought about. And as I say, it's like now we're on 7.4 billion, you know, while most of us lost our hair because there wasn't products for our hair. We were the Vasaline crowd, that, you know, that we still had to just utilise whatever was there. And then Madam C.J. Walker has probably got a lot to atone to,
and I think
because really and truly the science on hair products mashing up our brain, or relaxers being the thing that scientists can say that they can actually see, if that's a black person, because of the lesions on their head. And you know, we've got that as one of our only things that Madam C.J. Walker, look, she invented that. Do you know, was it for our benefit? Are we selling those products? We're not selling hair products. The majority of the black people have to buy products from Asian-based.
But again, is that because of black people's wanting convenience? It's sort of like the Amazon effect, isn't it? Because you want it like convenient and at the cheapest price, so you will forfeit going to Auntie's because Auntie's selling it for £2 more, and you'll go to the Asian man because he can afford to sell it and stock it cheaper. So it's up to us to keep endorsing the smaller businesses so that they can then drop the price down a little bit and give us the benefit of the discount.
The big thing of that is also the knowledge behind it. Do you get what I mean? Because if we as black people are going to endorse something, we want to know that it's going to work for us. Do you get what I mean? So if you're given the option to go to, like you said, like Auntie's shop sort of thing, and just like pick it up there for £6, and Auntie still has no knowledge of what to do with this product. Do you get what I mean? But you're still not giving me any knowledge or backing to say, okay, and this is what you do with this, and this is what the results are, and blah 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 blah, because there was no scientist who was set out to go and make that product specifically for us. So we don't know any history or knowledge to keep our hair what would I feel like in this kind of westernized way, because really, if you think about it and you look at what black people's hair is like in like African countries and stuff like that, it's not straight, it's not long, it's not like necessarily like thinking. Most of the time they cut it off, they cut it short. Do you get what I mean? Because for them it's like it's not necessary in that it's not this westernized beauty. Do you get what I mean? So for us now as black women who have like backed westernized culture, we're still saying, we enjoy Afro, we still can enjoy like the braids and all the stuff that makes us beautiful, but sometimes I want long, luscious 20 inches.
But we're also not considering that we have got a mixed community, and myself and my sisters were not catered for under CJ Walker because our hair was not that type of hair that was congenial to a harsh product or something. So are we still needing to spend more, even more than 7.72 billion on hair products, and it's still not making our hair any better?
And our pockets any better?
We're still having to wear a wig. We're still having to go to a hairdresser to show our children how to do their hair, and that would probably lead us on to, come on then, we've got 2 hairdressers here. Come on, ladies, give us some tips on how black people can, is it the best way would be to go to hairdressers, or is there things that we can do at home for ourselves?
There's definitely things you can do at home for yourself. I'm definitely an advocate of, you have to kind of do a trial and error for these things with our hair. Unfortunately, there's no one size fits all. So my hair is different to my sister's hair, it's different to my mum's hair, it's different to my kids' hair. So all of our hairs would require probably different products. But one thing that we all have in common as black people is your hair does need moisture. So a lot of people, they think that their hair doesn't need moisture because it has that effect that it makes it frizz up. They don't want to moisturize their hair. But that is, it's integral to, especially when we want our hair to grow, under the conditions that we live in England as well. Obviously, we don't have a lot of heat. Black people's hair needs heat in order to grow
and not
and
artificial
be healthy.
Heat.
Yes.
Like, I feel like that, if we're starting again in that kind of sense, that you need to come out of the thinking that all these adverts appeal to you. Like, you do not shampoo your hair every day. You don't even shampoo it, like, you don't really have to shampoo it more than probably twice. And that's where I'm saying, like, when you're sweating out your wig, do you know what I mean? Like, you're sweating, or
blow
it's got
drying
dirty.
is not something that is
you don't need to do
with my
it
hair
every day,
anyway,
but like in moderation.
But yeah, obviously protective styling as well is going to be a massive one for people living in the UK. Like, obviously, what I've got in, Risha's got some tracks in as well. So it's like anything that you can do to protect your hair.
But do you feel that you should be going to? Do you feel you should be going to a hairdresser's?
No, not always, because you'll go to some hairdressers and they'll mash up your hair.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? Because they don't understand black hair and they're not qualified.
And just because they're black doesn't mean, it's the same way with white people. Just because you're white, it doesn't mean you know how to deal with your own hair.
You're not a one size fits all.
One thing that we realised is that a lot of white people didn't know facts about their own hair that we already knew before we did that course. Just make sure your scalp is happy. Because I'm wearing these tracks at the moment. The majority of it is my hair, but I'm wearing these tracks. But because I've now decided I want to do swimming and stuff like that, I've got this little wig that'll go just with the band, and that's it. Because when I know my hair's about to throw out in the middle of the pool, not that I have any shame about it throwing out, it's for my own convenience. I don't have to walk out there cold.
If you're in doubt, locks up.
Oh Lord.
I'm very much not locked up. I'm very much in the sense of keep your options open. If you maintain, I feel like I said to Ria one time before, I was like, this hair is here for me to attach stuff to, because I like to be creative with my hair and stuff like that. But in order for me to do that, I need to maintain my hair.
Your own.
So I would just say, whatever you choose to do, braids, weave, locks, whatever, maintain healthy hair. Like, find your journey. This is longer than I meant to say.
There are some good hairdressers out there. If your hairdresser says you need to cut off that extra inch, just cut it! It grows back. and it's probably, you know, for the best for your hair. But yeah,
but if she's trying to hack off the whole thing, though,
then
say
that's
no,
not right.
because there's also those haters out there as well.
That's not right.
So yes, if you feel uncomfortable and the piece of people tell them, you need to just take a little inch, and you just say cut, and now so you come out now looking like Jada.
Yeah, exactly.
That one is a potential drug dealer.
Jada.
We'll say.